kick it off with our body shape and size, and whether it is the size we want it to be or not.
I have always struggled with my size. I went through years of anorexia and this roller coaster of weight, and it took a long time for me to get comfortable. As a teenager, it was that there was no positive conversation around body image. It was always critique.
I mean, I probably could trim a little bit off of some stuff.
I would like to be a little curvier, a little bit more toned.
I've lost a little bit of weight and I'm still trying to lose weight.
For 10 years, I was on this pursuit of changing myself. I was queen of gossip magazines. Like, I couldn't leave high school without going to the store to buy one every day. I don't do that anymore. I just can't do that because I know it's a choice that I've had to make. But then social media doesn't make it easy. Of course everyone posts their most beautiful photo because you always want to put your best face forward.
I did celebrity retouching, so I got to see like people that you see your whole life and you think they look one way. Everything that you see has been altered. And so like all the magazines, all the media that you looked at your whole life and thought, I'm not that. They are
It's one of those things where you can't really blame one or the other. You can't say, oh, it's the media. Oh, it's the people seeing the media. Because at some point we demanded that. We wanted to see skinnier, pretty people up there. The more we saw that, the more we wanted to become that, and vice versa.
I want to talk about the first time that we felt not good enough, like physically.
Probably around 13.
It's like single digits.
Oh, I know, 5th grade.
That's something that's natural to kind of compare yourselves to other people. It's about knowing the difference between that's something I want and that's something I need. When you're striving after that and you feel like you need to have this to be perfect and to be who you want to be, that's where the issue comes.
I am trying now to look myself in the mirror and notice something beautiful about myself every day, and like verbally acknowledging it and looking at myself in the eyes in the mirror and say like this today, like I love the way your hair is falling today, and just speaking truth into our own lives. I think acknowledging our own beauty and not being afraid to talk about it is a very healthy step, at least for me.
I feel the most beautiful when I'm making a deep connection with someone.
In the morning, kind of weird.
When I catch my husband looking at me across the room when I'm with my friend.
I feel the most beautiful when I know that I'm being authentically myself.
I think I feel the most beautiful through the eyes of my loved one.
When I'm sharing a moment of joy with someone else and like having that like deep laughter.
I feel the most beautiful when someone else is feeling beautiful because of what I'm seeing in them.
That was video number 1. So I'm going to show you video number 2, okay? So go to page 104. Once again, you're supposed to have this online, but if you weren't able to manage to get online, you can still answer the question using this.
So self-esteem and body issues. At least when I hear that as a topic, my first thought goes like, oh, that's normally a conversation for women, but at least for me, I definitely have a lot of those issues. You know, I'm not the tallest guy. I'm not like long and lean and ripped in this kind of way. And how much of a man am I, or can I be?
Would be with the, like, yeah. I mean, that just like hit a chord with me because the thing that I've always heard was to be like a good looking guy is tall, dark, and handsome. And I'm like, well, I only have 2 out of 3, so, you know, like, what am I gonna do? But it asked that question, like, how desirable could I possibly be?
I obviously don't fit that mold, and I never have.
I see pictures of like male models on Instagram, like, I could be doing better.
Sometimes I feel like, oh my God, I feel so good. And then sometimes I feel like I don't even want to come out from under the covers.
How about you guys?
Yeah, I mean, my dad was a star athlete at high school, and he is a much bigger dude than I am. He's got maybe 5 inches on me, and he's built. And growing up, he definitely noticed that and would bring it to my attention as often as he could. And he'd always be like, what do you do? Are you not eating? Are you not eating enough? And he'd like just put food in my face, and I'd be like, I eat everything. I'm better now, but I actually, when I was in college, I was getting really bad acid reflux. And I was having really bad digestive problems. It turned out I didn't like have a problem per se with acid reflux. I had a problem with overeating, and I would overeat, and I'd go to the gym and I'd gorge myself trying to get bigger. And I did, but I didn't get taller.
I think my freshman year of college I was like 245, and at the end of my freshman year, like I got a talking to from my department about my weight, and they were like, "You're like a pop singer and you're a tenor, and you're never gonna work." So I signed up for this clinic out here. I lost like 60 pounds in 2.5 months.
Wow.
Going like this clinic, and I came back to college, and they were like, "Well, now you're in between skinny and fat, so you need to decide what you're gonna do." It was this like crazy year, and it's very embarrassing as a man to say it, but I had like a full-on eating disorder. I got so skinny at one point. I came back to LAX for spring break, and my dad walked by me in the airport because I'd gotten so skinny that he didn't recognize me. And I was like, "Dad," and he turns around and he looks at me, and my dad's a doctor, and he looked at me, and I'll never forget, he said, "You look so good."
I've always been really skinny. You know, that's always kind of been something that I was like sensitive about a lot growing up. And, you know, no matter what, no matter how much exercise or anything, I just can't put on weight very easily. And so I would always I find myself like tending to go towards, and growing up, these guys kind of like Iggy Pop and Keith Richards and, you know, that style of man that I was just like, oh, those guys kind of gave me hope that, like, you know, you don't have to be built to make a splash and to be a man and to be, you know, desirable, I guess, you know.
What my body should look like and what your body should look like are completely different things. I don't know that there is a perfect what a male body should look like, because I've seen beautiful male and female bodies in all different shapes and sizes.
I think the media has kind of fueled the emphasis of us looking a certain way. I think before it was about your swagger and your confidence. But now it's becoming more physical.
All right, guys, this is it. Those are the 2 videos you need to watch. You can watch them once, twice, as long as it takes. Remember that I need this by next Wednesday before I send you the new work. All right, have a nice week.